I'm Ryan Lightfoot-Brown of FundCalibre. We're joined today by Stuart Springham, the elite rated manager of the TM Home Investor Fund. Stuart, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Ryan.
You're the only fund in the UK to invest in residential housing. Can you tell us a bit about that, please?
Yeah, of course. We are the only FCA regulated, open-ended retail investor fund investing in the residential housing market in the UK. And you can invest in it through your ISA or your SIP. So we invest in mainstream housing across the UK. We don't invest in any prime housing, so prime central London, no social and no affordable. We mainly invest in 2-3 bedroom houses, close to good infrastructure, good transport, key workers and private employment spaces.
Okay, and how does that sort of generate income?
So we manage all our properties, we outsource the management of all our properties to a company called Touchstone, who do all the tenant letting, the letting of the properties and the day-to-day management, and we in the fund team then manage Touchstone. So at the minute within the fund we've got 200 properties across 60 locations. We are 100% let at the minute, excluding the 4 houses that we have on the market. That's including houses and flats which are either reserved, let or currently under offer. And the average tenancy, occupation over the year is 96.5%. Now, the way we really drive income is by having long tenancies. So we offer tenants long-term tenancies, 2 years and above. We buy in places which attract families, which tend to stay in areas for longer. So we're close to good schools, good transport links. And as I mentioned earlier, we target those key workers. So we're currently looking at something close to a hospital that's being built. We also have sort of got involved in the prop tech side of things. So all our tenants have access to an app called FixFlow, which is managed through Touchstone. So they have an app on their phone. If there's a maintenance problem within their flat, they can flag it on the app. They can also, there's instructional videos on the app whereby they can fix it themselves. But with that, it gives a clear communication to the contractor so they can come in and fix the problem very quickly. All of these things lead to our tenants staying longer and are happier, there's less voids. But the key statistic here is that our average tenancy is 28.5 months, which, as anyone knows within this industry, voids is the real killer for us on a net yield basis. So we're driving quite a good net yield versus gross at the minute on the leakage side.
Okay, and with that in mind, are there any particular areas of the country that you're looking at right now?
I mean, as you know, we've a reasonably diverse portfolio. So we are overweight in some areas, underweight in other areas, but we try and match the UK house market with where we're located. But at the minute, we are currently looking at the West Midlands. In fact, we are under offer. We should exchange in the next week or so on 13 houses in the West Midlands, which is close to a new hospital that's being built. Further to that, we're also looking at a site in Yorkshire. We feel we're looking at those areas because we feel that there's good employment there, there's good infrastructure, there's good transport. And I think also going forwards, the government and senior political figures have been very open about the fact that they want to drive the economy outside of London and the South East, be it HS2, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, that has the potential to increase the economies in these areas. You've got PwC and BT increasing their presence in Birmingham, as well as HSBC and Deutsche Bank also moving their UK headquarters there. So there's a lot of, this is what we're trying to track, these big companies that are going to these areas that will provide us with the tenants, and also the house builders will follow and more houses and infrastructure in place.
Okay, Stuart, that's been really interesting. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And for more information on the TM Home Investor Fund, please visit fundcalibre.com.